Hi guys, Troublemaker here, and this is the first part of this series where I have to actually pan to show the whole city. Yeah, actually, the city's grown quite a bit. We have Coppertown to the south, which is not fully institutionalized. I don't know what we call that. Understood? I don't know. So I'm wanting to resolve traffic problems here by putting this bypass here. By putting this bypass across here, removing the traffic circle, I also open up the opportunity to develop here as well. So that's something, but a little bit of a problem. We have to actually empty our garbage first, so that's kind of problematic. I've reached that kind of point where demands are not particularly high on anything, and so it's going to allow me to do a lot. So one thing that after close considerations, I'm actually going to put the train here. I kind of said, like, should I put the train here? Will I put the train here? And in the end, I decided, yeah, I'm going to put a cargo train here. I'm trying to get it as far north as possible. Maybe right here. We do need the guys to get in, and then we'll just link the track. It's a very easy thing, and this will service this area, and it will become a very, very powerful industrial area. Because this train is here, they really won't need to go too far. It looks like I'm going to connect power temporarily to El Treno. I've been discovering a few things about the game. Like, you don't actually have to connect all the lines together, you just have to connect the blue areas together. That's something that didn't seem that obvious to me at the time, but it's becoming a little more obvious, which means that I can actually destroy a lot of power lines. Like, now this one here touches, so I got to keep that one, but these ones I don't need anymore. So let's get rid of those, and that'll add some extra construction zones. And these ones actually I still need, but there's a lot of alterations I will be able to make in which I can just destroy power lines, and I might just spend some of my own time just walking around the city just destroying power lines for the sake of destroying power lines, just because, yeah, most of my stuff is pretty well connected right now. Except for these, mishappen places down here. So like I said, I won't be able to develop this area here in this particular video, because I'm waiting on this landfill to empty. It's still at 46%, and it's taking its time. I could move up this way, connect here, and then put something here. But I'd rather kind of work in this district here. It's just a big, ginormous open space. And so what I have here is an elevated highway piece. And that way I can build underneath the highway. We can slide some people under there. And that's not too shabby. Slightly more expensive, but definitely worthwhile. One thing I've done that I haven't been doing in the past is trying to link up the posts decently close. Now this isn't perfect. It's a little bit of a diagonal, but we will be able to get roads underneath them. Unfortunately, one seems to have bigger, a little bit taller at some points than others. So we'll be able to use this, don't worry. Don't you worry, sir. So we're going to use a 3 road, and now that I have all the dollar bills, I'm going to start using these bigger roads. I haven't been building a lot of one-ways. That's one thing I haven't done, and I'm going to extend all the way across here. I'm going to leave it open just a little bit in case I want to put a train here. And I don't want to develop it yet. I need to make my access ramps. So this can get a little bit cluttered. I will see how it goes, but we might have to change this up eventually. But I'm going to put an access ramp here. This is the simple way of doing things. There's a more complicated way of doing things in which there will be no underpass at all, and I might end up doing that for some places and not others. So this would be the exit, and this would be the entrance to this side. One thing I can do, for example, like if I want to delete the middle piece here, I could use a single entry ramp and then have it buckle off, go underneath, and then come to this side here. And then same thing with this entry ramp here. This entry ramp buckle off, go off into this side. And that way I have exits. Actually, I'd have to have an exit for this side too, so it'd be like this would just curve in here, and this one will curve in that way. And it makes sense. It makes tons of sense. This is going to be a brand new, I don't know, residential-ish zone, I guess we'll call it. and I'm going to be showing off a newer style of building things that's relatively space efficient. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the teeth pattern, I guess we'll call it. You know, where the roads kind of junt out and form this you know, almost M shape or E shape, and leaving no space for those power lines at all. Okay, and yeah, it won't matter this space here. So actually I could use this for parkland, I guess. I don't want it too close to this intersection, so they'll come out here, slide up here, and go into the various areas, and I can actually connect them across as well. Looks like it by the way the roads are being built. So I'm just going to make sure that a lot of services are going to be connected first, all the way across. I have 200k, that's a lot of money that I'm just sitting on. One thing that I have that not everyone will have will be the deluxe version. So I get these unique buildings. So I have the Eiffel Tower, okay, it's the Grand Central Terminal, not Grand Central Station? That's fishy. I guess that, unless it's something else. We have a Brandenburg Gate, and all these have different goals. So for the Eiffel Tower, it's about people. For the Grand Central Station, it's filling 7 full cemeteries. For Brandenburg, it's population 10,000. I unlocked the Statue of Liberté quite a while ago with population. Then there's the Arc de Triomphe, which is having educated students. So once again, 10,000 full lifespans live in the city. So actually, yeah, that's more than just population. That's life. People living quite a long time. So you can put the Statue of Liberty in this pretty rotten neighborhood, and this will increase the value here in the future. And it's a nice little area here. Now, of course, it immediately wants power, but I don't know if it'll give it power directly. Okay, this is here is probably the easiest way to get across. And I'll just see how people move in. So, I'm going to need a lot of residential areas. I'm going to fill up this area first, and then once this fills in, I'll start filling in this other side here. And we'll need a few commercial zones. One thing that I want to kind of get used to doing is, and I might rezone some areas for this, having people close to their workspaces, just because that seems to have a pretty big effect. So I'm going to have the commercial zone here, and residential, and maybe an office space here. Yeah, having people close to their jobs means they can walk to work, which means that there's less traffic overall. So eventually people will move in here, but this will be a pretty large slice coming all the way across here. Actually, I might make this southern part industrial and this northern part all residential. That kind of makes sense to me. Just a little bit. So while I'm waiting for demand to go up, I got to figure out what I need. Oh, I spent off so much money there that actually can't afford most things anymore. So healthcare is good. How's our cremation going? Cremation is basically good. I'm not going to build more cemeteries just yet. Fire hazard safety is looking good, but we have a lot of blight spots, so color code matters. Orange is, you know, close to high, and fireman efficiency is the green roads. So this area in particular here is pretty weak, as is the southern area. And then this industrial area is also looking relatively weak. Houses. Corn County is looking exceptionally bad, actually, and this place has 2 different firehouses. So what I might do here is place a full-on fire station here. I can place one of those, and I'm going to move this guy here over to here. Try and fulfill needs over there. And that makes everyone unhappy. Boo, they say. Boo, he's taking our fire station. But we're giving you more industrial space in Corn County. Doesn't that count for more? Doesn't that count for more? Alright, see how this is going. 43%. It's taking its time. I haven't had the game quite on fast forward just yet. This is not a remarkably sized city yet, but it will approach there. There's some pretty remarkably sized posted pictures all over the place. It looks like, yeah, fire hazards in the south here are still quite a problem. Nasty old problem. Have people begun moving in yet? It looks like no. In fact, it would not. People are still visiting it even without power. I don't know what power exactly would do for it. Looks like there's still some trucks actually leaving for the highway. I guess to each their own, you know. And yeah, this is getting ridiculous amounts of use, so excellent choice on my part. Slowing down trains just a little bit, but yeah, that's getting retarded amounts of use. Well, all my service areas are getting a lot of use, actually. I can't just pick on that one. See how our old power scale is doing good. Water is excellent. Garbage collecciones could be better. So we need to build more elementary schools. Now I'm not going to build any here yet because no one's settling here. So red are the least educated people in the city. So those are the ones that we can happily replace with a school. And this one already has a school, just not enough schools for the number of high-rises in this area. Those were crappier looking buildings that I destroyed there. And look at this. This is actually oh yeah, this is Industrial Way after I made the modifications to transform it into something a little more fluid. You might remember this place originally having a ton of traffic issues. Well, just being kind of wonky and out of the place, not making for a very good subdivision. One thing that I will be planning is to actually get rid of this traffic circle, make a highway across here to link up to here, and transform dead-end Industrial Way Dumpville to major highway subdivisions. Then this one here, which is currently 2 1/4, will become one new subdivision, and then down here will become a new subdivision, and that will kind of complete that area. I still have lots of dead space everywhere. I mean, this is not urban town or anything along those lines. Yes. I will eventually have lots of jobs to fulfill. So currently there's 9,412 eligible students, but capacity is 5,000. If I were to put one where? I have one here, one over here, one over here. So Industrial Way is probably due for another Scooby-Doo. So I'm going to get rid of a commercial zone here, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Done sauce. And now we will have more educated people. Lots of death are happening around. Like these crematorium places are just not picking up dead. Do I just not have them in good enough strategic locations? I have one here, one here. So yeah, I had nothing. I actually have nothing in this random subdivision that I made over here. This is not Industrial Way. This is something else. Industrial Way has one. This one does not have much of anything similar to this new subdivision over here. So, let's see, as soon as I can get the money, I'll probably put a crematorium in this area here, which will, of course, ironically increase property values. So how much is this going to cost me? Pretty pricey, I'm pretty sure. 25 grand. Ooh, that is expensive. I mean, the crazy part is that nobody's moving in here at all. No demand for that location just yet. Industrial demand is getting sated right now, and you know they still haven't finished up filled in Industrial Way. That place still needs people in it. So maybe I'll take this time to delete some power lines that I just don't need anymore. Oh, I get the power up. So I'm pretty sure I don't need these. At all. They will not do anything. So I don't need... Do I need any of these? I don't think I need any of those, actually. So we're going to get a lot more space out of this, which will allow for people to expand quite a bit. And this is a wonky way of fundraising. So I got enough for my moratorium, or my crematorium, I don't know. So yay, everyone's happy about that. Kind of weird, kind of wonky. Why would people be happy about me building that in that particular area? But whatevs. Oh shoot, didn't intend to destroy that road. Please give them back their homes. Sorry. Oop, gotta make sure the grid's up. The electrical grid, just so I know what I can destroy and what I gotta keep. So all these buildings will connect directly to each other, and that'll be fine. Now, this is the source line, so it connects into right here, meaning that I can get rid of that connection, that connection, that connection, and that connection, and then everyone should be fine. Makes it a little bit dangerous when comes time for fires and buildings getting destroyed and all that sort of jazz, but I think we'll manage with what's going to end up being close to underground utilities. I actually even think that my industrial buildings are close enough to these buildings here that they no longer need line. So now I just need these ones to connect that one, which actually is necessary. And we can get rid of that one because it doesn't power anything. They're going to enjoy all their new space that they get. New lease on life. And we're getting rid of the power grids. Eventually this might have some sort of effect on something, but for now, just more space. A lot more space. I probably even I'm gonna have to go back and rezone a lot of areas to make up for the increases in space that they'll be getting. Just as an example, right here, just small little bits. See, we have an extra bit of green here. Means that this small area can become a big area. And winner for the least exciting thing possible. Well, these can definitely go. They actually literally do not go anywhere at all. And I think I'll get rid of maybe these ones. Again, quite literally not doing anything there. Oh, that was actually a real connection that I kind of need. I thought I could get rid of one of the pillars by itself and do something with that. But no, I could not do that. Still, no inhabitants in this area. That's how slow the city is populating right now. There are factors that actually affect this. Oh, that landfill is totally full. Off to the incinerators you go. How is my incinerating capacity going anyway? Pretty high still, so that's good. Where was I? Oh yes, destroying ridiculously high mass power lines. Basically just for fun. So this is one that connects the north and the south, so I need that one to stick around for a little bit. This is actually just a disconnected piece of power line here. And these are all infrastructure costs too. They have an actual cost that has an effectiveness and all that. So this should reduce my bills. Not in a big meaningful way. Oops, destroyed a road piece there. Or a building, a business. Okay, so these guys all have underground utility completely. Only 100 more zones to go. Oh my god, I've covered this amount. I'm kind of thinking whether I should do the rest or not. And look, this links in here, so I actually don't need any of the power line in this place anymore. And this place links in here, so I actually don't need the power line that comes across here. This is going to make for a much, much more clustered city. I wish I could take back putting up all these power lines, I really do. Okay, has had no effect on anything. Okay, now into the community just south of Farmville. Is it connected? Yes, it is connected on the grid. Okay, even this small community here, dead end, which will become a big community, I guarantee it. I destroyed a necessary road accidentally. God, I feel like destroying it just now. Be gone! Dead end. 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 Okay. So many wires everywhere. I'm not really deleting the pillars, I'm deleting the spaces in between the pillars. That one's literally by itself. Corn County no longer needs power. Across here. Or does it not need this demolished building? Alright. Oops, that was a huge mistake. Made some people happy, but for the most part, a pretty big mistake. I am so sorry. I've destroyed your livelihoods. So we're going to have even more people in even less space. That's going to be the end game here. More businesses in these areas, more people in these areas. All because we're wiping out what would represent about a 10% investment in land space. So, God, why are these little blue things here? I wish I could. I don't want blue things. And oh, you know why? It's because this was originally. I tried to mix in houses and industry to see what it would look like, and it did not have much of an effect at all. In fact, let's get rid of all these homes here. We don't need those. And okay, that commercial can actually stay there for now. So I will be demolishing it soon because that's where the dump is. The dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump, the dump. Yeah, it's looking much fuller. How's our dump doing anyway? That's kind of what we're waiting on. 37% done. Okay. Well, where's garbage piling up? Brown means pile up. So as usual, it's in Dumpville, which no longer has a dump. And that's because of our traffic issues here. So that's pretty much why we need a highway coming across here, just to kind of alleviate a lot of these traffic issues. And that will link up here. And this will have a highway as well. And we'll have a highway coming across here, and a highway coming across here, all with a ridiculous number of these cloverleaf patterns. But back to what we were doing, which is getting rid of redundant infrastructures. I think this is redundant infrastructure right now, just because it's can't cross. It's going to change how I'm going to use these telephone lines or these power lines, because before I was using them because I thought this is what you really needed to power your network, everything. But now that I know the houses will connect directly to each other, it'll be a lot easier. And they'll have more people moving in. The buildings will get much larger than they have been. These buildings have been 10% smaller than they should be. Oh wait, this is the north-south line. Looks like it still connects, so fine for now. Just keep an eye on that, because that's actually an important one that I almost destroyed there. This is the one that actually full-on connects the north and the south. I don't think they have any way of connecting otherwise at all. Like, there's this line of gray here. So yeah, I can't destroy that one. Too important. Now, more unnecessary line. Just completely destroyed that tree. And as you can see, all these buildings are already expanding in size. That's madness. Kind of makes you feel like everything you did before then was a waste. Yeah, they only have to be in the electrified area, which is the blue, to hold a charge. So all they have to do is transfer, use these for apparently, is transferring charge from one area to an area that doesn't have a charge. But once it's all connected, it all has a charge, so it stops becoming a big dealio. All right, getting closer to done. Okay. This is all connected, right? Perfect. So don't have to worry about power here either. So I've gone from having a retarded amount of power lines to almost none. Almost none. Is there still power lines up here? Just the necessary ones. That's good. And no one is still developing there. So that's kind of good, I guess. Pure victory, if you will. Wow, still 35% full on that landfill. That is crazy. So I guess I'm kind of running out of time after my big move into getting rid of mass power lines. So what I'll be doing next time, since I still do not have this gone, I'll be destroying City Center. I'll be destroying City Center, driving a highway through it, all the way through it, connecting it in here, and and also have a connect into this highway here. And we'll be reforming how we do a lot of these subdivisions. They will become very urban very soon. Some of them, like Dumpville, already are, but other ones like Dead End, and I don't know what I'm going to call this one yet. I'll pick up a name for it. This subdivision, and then this one here, I guess that's just Dumpville, really. This could be an extended Dumpville, but yeah, they'll have to have a repurposing and a rebranding. But that's for next time. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me again. My name is Troublmaker, and I'll see you guys next time.